and I would like you to give this an encouragement by coming live and then giving this tutorial or this live a thumbs up. So guys, as you can see from the top, we're making this asymmetrically hemmed Bubu blouse. So that's basically what we have to be doing today, and I promise you that this tutorial is going to be as in-depth and simple as possible. Trust me on that. Okay, so without further ado, let's right into it. So here's the fabric I'm going to be using, and for the fabric I have it folded already, but I'm still going to be showing you how I got it, how I folded it. It's a 4-fold fabric. This is the length. Okay, like when you see, I folded it like this. Okay, I don't want to scatter it because I already have it ironed, and then I folded it like this as well. So that's what I said is a 4-folded fabric. I have a 4-fold fabric. Okay, so I have it folded like this and then this way. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here is going to be our center fold. So to get started, we are going to be measuring for this blouse, and I'm going to be using the whole length of this particular fabric. And for the length, I have 42 inches the length, so that's fine. And then afterwards, the next thing I'm going to be doing is from the center fold. Okay, I'm going to be measuring that. I hope this is properly placed for your visibility. Okay, so I'm going to be measuring the shoulder and the sleeve like so before I do the vertical measurement. So the shoulder here is 15 inches. You divide by 2, which will give you 7.5. So here is 7.5 inches for the shoulder. Okay, and then for the first fold, it has a pleat on the shoulder. So for that pleat, I'm going to be adding an extra 6 to 7 inches depending on how wide you want your pleat to be. Okay, so I have that added here. So from here to here is shoulder, and from here to here is for the pleat. Okay, so that is it. So the next I'm going to be doing is for the length of the sleeve area, I'm going to be using the whole width of this fabric, which is, can you see, that gave me this 29 inches. That's the whole width of this fabric, 29 inches. So that is it. So from here, we are going to be measuring vertical measurements. So for the vertical measurement, on this point, I'm going to be marking out the sleeve band. Okay, so for the sleeve band, you measure where the sleeve is. This is supposedly where the sleeve should be. So I have 8 inches plus your seam allowance, which is 12. So I'm going to be dividing that into 2. Okay, when you divide that into 2, it's going to give me 6 inches. So 6 inches plus seam allowance. So I have that marked out here. Okay, so from here to, I'm going to be marking 3 inches inward. So these are 3 inches. Okay, so from here to here is our sleeve band, and then from here to here is 3 inches. So next, we are going to be getting from the shoulder to our length. Okay, so from the shoulder to the hip length, we have 27 inches, which is here, and then to our half length, and the half length is 30. Someone is saying something. Okay, not yet. The half length is 37 inches, and we have it to the, so from here to here, shoulder to hip, and here to here is the shoulder half length. In case you don't know what I mean by half length, it's the measurement from the shoulder to above knee. Okay, so that is it. So the next thing we are going to be doing right now is, first of all, mark out the neckline or draft the neckline. So for the neckline, using the width of 3 inches for the width. Okay, remember this, we are going to be cutting the front and back. So the width is 3 inches, which we have from the center fold to joint. And for the neck depth, because this is the front and back together, I'm going to be marking the front depth, the back depth for now. So which is, I'm going to be using 1.5 inches. You can use 2 as well. So I have, I hope you can see. Okay, the neck depth like so. So this for the back, but when I open it, or I'll separate it, I'm going to be marking out the front from the back. Okay. So that's for the neck depth of the back. So for the front, from the shape of the neckline that we have, you can use your preferred neckline, okay? So for the neck, I'm using a neck depth of 7 inches here. So this is how the curving for the neck depth for the front goes. It's not a straight V neckline. It's like a curved kind of V neckline. I don't want to block it, so let me do this. Okay, like it's more like it has a sweetheart in. Okay, so this for the back, and then this is for the front of the line. So having done all these, at this shoulder to the hip area, we're going to be getting a hip measurement. We divide it by 4. So the hip measurement here is 40. When we divide by 4, it's going to give us 10 inches. We are going to be adding seam allowance of 3 inches, or even 2. We'll be adding 3. So which will give me 13 inches. Yeah. So all the way down, we're going to be marking the same 13 inches from the center fold. And then we connect like so. So I'm going to move this upward, connect like so. So between this hip line and half length, we get midpoint. Okay, this is 10, so the midpoint is somewhere here. Just take note of all these points. Then we come over to other side of the fabric. Remember, we have our 3 inches here. From this midpoint here, can you see? Not this last one. The midpoint, the shoulder and the half length, the midpoint. We are going to be connecting to this point. So in doing that, now it depends on how much of the cow you want by the side. Okay, if you want it minimalized, it's your choice. If you want it very bogus or very big, it's also your choice. Okay, so for me, I'm in between. I'm not too big. I don't want it too minimal. Okay, so I'm going to be working on that. So I'm going to be forming a cow shape all the way down to this point, this middle one. I have 1, 2, 3. This middle one. Okay, so from this middle one, I'm going to go this way. Can you see that? So I have this, and then I'm going to be connecting like so. Can you see that? So we have like this, this, and this. And this is what we have at the neckline. Okay? So now that we have that, I'm going to be cutting along the shape that we have before we proceed. So after cutting, this is what we, okay, this is what it looks like. Can you see? So this is what we have. So for the neckline, I'm going to be cutting the back first, okay? So after cutting the back, I can now open it up at the center so I cut the front. You can see that is the essence of the ironing, so I'll be able to dictate where the center fold lies. I think this fabric is quite thick, so I need to iron the center fold properly so that it's very visible. This ironing is not to straighten the fabric, but also to help with your folds, okay? So now that we have that, I can now separate the front from the back, like so. I open it up like this, and then now I can cut just the front neckline. Like I said, it has a sweetheart ending, that's the front neckline. Okay, so this is what the front looks like. You can see our fold on the shoulder and then our center fold. So having done that, if I open up, this is what we have. Okay, so I'm going to be folding back along the shoulder. So I'm going to be having a lot of folding going on, okay? So once I have it folded like so, I fold back just was initially. So we have that. So remember this our 7 inches that we have here. I'm going to get the center of this 7 inches, which is 3.5, right? So the center fold, from the center fold to this midpoint, what would that give me? That give me 10 points, yeah? That gave me 11 inches. No, sorry, 10.5. That gave me 10.5. I'll be marking that 10.5 up to a certain inches, and that is going to be like 10 inches. Okay, so I have it this way. You see that? I can do that on the other side, or I would use a pressing iron to get that to the other side as well. It gave me 10.5. I have that marked. From the center, please. Okay, and the length is 10 inches. So I connect with a straight line. So after I'm going to be using a pressing iron to get this so that it can be on the 4 sides of the dress. So I pick it up at this point, anything. I'm going to be putting it down. Like I said, this fabric is a thick one, so just reflect. I'll open it up and also give the other side the fold. Fortunately, it's reflected on both sides, but I'll still iron this. Okay. So after I'm done, I'm going to be opening it up. Can you see that? I'm going to open it up the way I did the other time. So I open it up like this. Okay? So for the front, for the asymmetrical shape that we have at the front, we fold the center of the front. This is the front, so we get and we fold it this way. Next, we are going to be getting the width of the hem of the down part of the front. So for that, it gave 13 inches. So the midpoint of this is 0.5. Okay, or from just okay. Let's eliminate that. From the center fold, mark 6 inches. Okay, from the center fold, like this. So you're going to be marking that all the way to the hip length. That's from the shoulder to the hip. Okay. So this is 6 inches. So from the shoulder, I measure shoulder to the hip, which is 27 inches. Okay. So that's somewhere here. So this one is not. This one is now in excess, so we don't need this. So from here to here is what all we need. So that's for the front. That's where we are going to be marking our symmetrical shape for. So we fold it like so. You get it and get it folded like this. So you can see we have this other bigger side and this other smaller side. The next thing we are going to, you can do with a free hand, you can do with your, you can curve with your free hand with your curve rule. So from this point, you're going to be going this way. Anything. This is how we go. So we are going to be cutting along that shape. This out. This is what we have left for the front. Can you see? This is what we have for the front part. So coming back to the pleated area on the other, remember our folding on this part. Remember we added 7 inches for that. So we are going to be folding like this. I pick this one. I pick the front side of it. So our 10 inches from here, from the shoulder, this is the 10, and then 10 inches to the back. So I'm going to be stitching like this, using 3.5 inches. Because 7 inches was what we added for the pleats. So from here to here is going to be 3.5 inches. So I have that connected with a straight line. I'm going to be doing the same thing to the other side. Sorry, I'm going to be using the pin to hold every stitch. Okay, and then I'm going to be doing this other side.